In this video, we're going to talk about the MityVac HydroVac by Matters of Size. This is a penis pump that does water pumping as well as dry pumping, and it comes to you by MOS after 15 years of research from the pioneers of penis enlargement and penis pumping. So as you'll see, the box comes in a plain brown box, nothing too obvious on it, nothing that says anything about penis pumps or anything to that nature. It comes from PPC Corporation, which is basically the same thing that will be on your credit card statement. It comes from North Carolina. There's nothing on there indicating what's in it. If you get an international package, you'll just say exercise therapy equipment. That's pretty much how all the packages ship from the U.S. internationally. So that's what you look for. Look, so let's have a look. Open it up. Alright, got a nice hard shell carry case with a handle. It's a zipper case, so you got the options of locking your case and keeping your PE stuff together. Alright, so let's look inside. Up on top here, we have the Scylla rings. These are used for basically trapping blood in your penis to keep it expanded after pumping. So if you do a pumping session, you can try any range of these rings, whatever suits your needs, based on your girth, to trap blood after you pump and get filled up. So that'll keep your hang heavy throughout the day, and they're very stretchable. Let's pop one out first of all and take a look at one. Let's take this guy right here. As you can see, they stretch out very much, so you can fit one of these guys around one of those big cylinders back there, no problem. They last a while. Over time, they will eventually, give wear, so you'll expect a little bit of stretching to them. But it does come with 4 pieces, so you do have a plane to go back to if you do wear one out in the future, whatever the case is. So that's that. And here we got the famous Scylla sleeves by MOS. These are silicone sleeves that are used to prevent fluid retention while pumping, as well as keep you elongated after exercising so you don't turtle as you heal. Now, this is a very important practice that is missed in PE, because after you're done with your exercise, you always want to heal in an extended state or an expanded state. So these guys right here, these are basically the next best thing. This is probably one of the best things that's come out on the market in PE, because this is a very affordable solution to keep your penis extended throughout the day very comfortably. You can pee with these things on. You can roll back to pee as well. They stretch a lot, so they're very, very durable. They're not like other sleeves that have been on the market that break and just made like total, just flimsy. These guys right here, they come in short and long as well, but with the pump system, we give you guys the long sleeves, so it keeps your whole shaft evenly compressed during pumping and expansion, so you don't get the donut effects or any swelling of the penis to deform it. So they're very good for that. There's 2 different diameters. These guys are 5 3/4 in length right here. Then you have the Scylla cap. This guy's just for protecting your glands while pumping. It also prevents from bruising, and also eliminates fluid retention as well, so your glands don't expand too much full of fluid and create discomfort. So that's those guys, and that's what these are back there, kind of on like prop. All right, now let's go inside the box. Inside we have the MityVac handle. This is a really great handle, very high quality. You have a gauge that's adjustable, full 360. It's very accurate. It'll go all the way up to 30 inch, but you basically, if you're starting pumping and you're new to this, you want to stay around 5. And the pros will get up to the 10 area later on, but you want to do short sessions, 5-minute sessions. If you're going on higher levels, you could do longer sessions if you're, at a lower temperature. Lower pressure. So basically you'll see as I begin to pump, the gauge goes up. I'm trapping the air in the end here. So now these guys will pretty much they'll pump your dick off if you're not careful. So follow this. Gauges are very important. This is very accurate. This will allow you to keep track of your goals and gains and your progression as you pump throughout your sessions and over your period of pumping time. Also, on the pump, so besides the regular handle of the pump, you have an air release. This will release any air that's inside the cylinder. So that's what that does. They all come with these high-end vac line connects, which they're interchangeable. This allows you to change from dry to hydro pumping easily without splicing tubes and tubes falling off and not keeping pressure and whatnot. So this is a very great handle setup. These actually are the introductory handles right now. These will be an upgrade option when we finally release the new set. Right, they're actually shipping with these now, but this is the typical handle that will go out with this set. Same thing, it has the gauge, pretty much all the same. You got your pressure release down here. It's just a little bit, this is just more dynamic. This one's just more just kind of older style, but same thing, same function. This is what a lot of the pump companies use that sell high-end pumps. This is just the next level. All right, let's go into what else we got here. This is your hydro trap here. This guy. This trap is for collecting water as you pump. Now, when you're pumping, it's not going to hurt. When you're pumping with water, it's not going to hurt if you get water in the handle. It's just going to create a really heavy drag. So when you're pumping, the handle won't go back and forth as easy. It'll start slowing down. You don't want that drag. It's completely not wanted. So just what this does is this prevents that from, this trap right here prevents water from getting in the handle by water dropping. Any water gets in your line just drops down into this area right here, into this cup. Now it opens up like that. It has a really good seal on it, so you want to make sure that this is very tight if you ever open and close this, because a lot of times air can escape from here and be a problem. You'll also notice on the top of the cover that it says to pump. The to pump side is the female connector side that goes to the male connector of the gun. So male to female all the time, obviously, and super good high-end connectors. These are used in labs, and they trap air and water. Really good, very foolproof, nice tight seal. This sucker ain't going nowhere. So that's what that does. Let's go. We'll get back to that in a minute. Explain more of that. Let's. This comes. We also ship this Titan gel with it. This is just a stimulation gel. Not really recommended for pumping, but we just throw this in because it's something that the company is putting out. So you can try it out, see if you like it. But for typical pumping, you can just use a water-based, water-soluble lube, which works fine, and that's what I use all the time. This is something I use. I just use this KY. We used to actually include this with the kits. We will also sell this as well. This is very inexpensive. This does the job right here. Let's get into our pump cylinder. Let me get rid of this case. Oops. All right. First thing is you've got a 12-inch air vac line. This is going to help you interchange between the handle and the hydro trap as well as the cylinder. So let's open this guy up. All right, there we go. We got that guy. Oops, get this out the way. And let's get this guy back on. All right. So that's that. This is a 2.5-inch cylinder. Basically, 9.5 inches inside length. This guy also has a quick release valve on top. This is a trap valve. Now, sometimes, guys, this locks up in that position. That's the release mode. If that ever happens, just push this clip back in, then you can pop your tube back in. So that's all that is. So these are very, very good high-end valves that we use. They will trap the air inside the cylinder after you're done pumping and take off the pump handle. At the bottom, you have the Mighty sleeve here. These guys stretch over everything. They're silicone sleeves. And what they do is they prevent your balls from getting sucked into the pump. It's very annoying when that happens. A lot of guys try to avoid that. This is a really good solution to avoid this. This will also allow you to get your pressure up, to the right level without worrying about losing too much air or anything like that. But a lot of guys also prefer to pump without the sleeve. And sometimes it requires you to shave your pubes so that you don't lose any air or pressure. This has a really nice flanged bottom base of the cylinder, so it's very comfortable against your pelvic. But again, you have to still worry about your balls getting sucked in there, so don't go with a cylinder size that's too big. You should always go, if you're trying to gain girth, go with at least a 1/4 inch larger than your erect girth size at the thickest point of your penis. So that's for girth. And if you're just trying to get length, always get a cylinder that's the same diameter as the girth of your penis, erect penis. So again, yes, so that's just the base for that. Another thing a lot of people ask, do I need to wear a cylinder ring as I'm pumping to keep blood trapped? Well, if you're using the Mighty sleeve, it has a ring built in the base here. You see it's actually kind of like a double ring in there. So it's almost like 2 cylinder rings built right into there. So it's a really cool feature. So if you're using this, you don't need to use a cylinder ring. But if you decide not to use the Mighty sleeve, you can go ahead and pop one of these guys on when you're pumping. And after you're done pumping, you can leave it on throughout the day. Just readjust it every half hour or so to make sure you got good, blood still in your penis and flowing. You could probably do a few jokes and get those up. That'll help keep blood in there, circulate your blood, and keep your penis packed with blood. And with these guys, so these are really good as well. So let's just go ahead and put the system together real quick for you. We'll do a dry setup. So for dry setup, you just need these 3 things here. You got your cylinder, bam. Get these out the way. Cylinder, your handle, and your 12-inch tube. So very simple. Just plug in your 12-inch tube to your air vac into there. And then you're going to go ahead and connect your handle into this. And there it is. There's your setup. Very simple. You're ready for air pumping, dry pumping. And again, like I said, stay in the 5-inch range. That's a good starting point. And then go from there, fill yourself, and just listen to your body all the time. Don't overdo it, okay? Your penis is very important. You could pop vessels, there's a lot of things that could happen. So just stay in the 5 area. That's why it's always important to have that gauge to gauge that. Sometimes people's tolerances are higher than others. So just be careful right there. Now let's say if you want to quickly switch from dry pumping to hydro pumping, unclick the handle. Then we're going to put your trap on. That'll go right in between here, and try to do everything so it stays in the frame there. All right. So, and there's your basic setup for hydro pumping right there. So you got your trap. So when you're pumping, pop this here. So when you're pumping, your water gets inside your trap. It's not the most easiest thing to work with while you're just holding it, but keep your trap basically in an upward position, and so that the water collects it and it drops, and then that will probably get there. That should be something like that if you see that. Anyways, if that's all in the frame. So that's what you're looking for, and then you can go ahead and pump. A lot of guys ask how much water I put in here. First of all, the benefits of hydro pumping are that you can pump with warm water and it'll keep your legs, it'll expand your tissue, help with the tissue expansion, as well as get your open up pores and things like that, warm your legs and whatnot. So that in some cases, some people claim it helps with fluid retention as well, but there's many cases it don't. So again, you can always wear your sleeves, your Scylla sleeves, while you're hydro pumping. You know, be just a double preventative measure there. So that's a good thing to do. Again, after you're done pumping, same thing with water. Once you get to the pressure you like, you can go ahead and just release the valve by releasing the air hose, and it'll maintain the water and the pressure in here without the hose connected. Now, if you want to release the air very quickly, you can just go ahead and grab disconnected the hose and pop it in, and the air will just get released right out like that. Or again, if you're just going to go and you got your handle hooked up, pop this guy right back in here. And let's say you want to release air, you just again hit that bottom level right there, and that will release your air. And don't try to ever, unscrew the top of the cylinder or anything like that. You want to maintain a seal here. Again, if this ever gets loose over time, the top of the cylinder, the valve here, you can just go ahead and finger tighten a little bit. Don't over tighten it because you don't want to crush the O-ring. If you crush the O-ring, it'll leak air, and if it's too light, it'll leak air. But it's a simple couple hand twists, you'll feel it. If you want to test it, turn upside down, fill it up with water. If it's dripping water, that means you have a leak, and just go ahead like in this direction, just loosen or tighten it. Once the water stops, it'll be sealed. So it's pretty simple. It happens with all pumps pretty much over time. So there's not much you could do. And these valves pretty much last a really long time. We use really high-end interconnecting parts, and they're guaranteed for life. So everything from MOS that you get, any MOS product, is all guaranteed for life. So even if you drop this bad boy right here and crack it, send it back to us. We'll replace it for free. That's it. That's just the word of MOS. We've been here doing this for 16 years. We'll be here for probably another 30 years and further, probably way beyond your PE, when you're done with PE. Another quick thing I'll show you, let me get this out the way. Here's a setup for a Scylla sleeve with a Scylla cap. Some guys want to put the, some guys that want to pump with the cap of the sleeve, first put your cap on, and then put your sleeve over your cap. You want the thicker part of the Scylla sleeve down on the bottom of the base of your penis. That'll create a locking, airtight lock in between both sleeves if you're using the Mighty sleeve. So this is a very good setup, and again, you get a little bit extra restriction at the base from the thicker part of the sleeve, while you're getting some restriction right there from your rings on the Mighty sleeve. This will also keep your penis, again, like I said earlier, from expanding with fluids. So this is definitely a good practice right here to use this. You can also put your Mighty sleeve on first before you get set up into the pump. A lot of guys like doing that. And then that way you can just go ahead and, once you're all set up, you just pop, your sleeve right on, and pretty much good to go. Let me get that sucker out for you guys. And again, these sleeves are super stretchable, so they work on everything. They work on bath mate pumps, everything. And there you go, you're inside. That's kind of like what it looks like. And you got a nice seal inside the pump. I don't know if you guys will be able to see that the way I can, but another thing is the measurement system is in metric and it's in standard. So for Europeans, you got the metric side, and for the Americans, we got the standard side. So very accurate as well. These things are right on the money based on not using the sleeves. So if you add a sleeve, you usually want to add about 1/8 of an inch to that, and that'll give you a proper measurement. You can grab a ruler, look at it. I think that pretty much sums it up for now. I'll show you one other quick thing before I go. Oops. If you're trying to measure your penis for pump sizing, what you want to do is get a string. This is the easiest way. Don't use like a tape for like measuring, waist measuring, like a tailor's tape. Get a string or a wire or something, a piece of thread that you can mark. Wrap it around the thickest point of your penis. So most guys, it's in the base. This is where you'd measure. It's down here with an erection. Get an erection first. measure down here, take the string, wrap it around, overlap each other, and then take a pen and then mark the pen over the two strings so you can see where they both connect. Then later on, take it off, put a ruler down flat, and then just measure the distance between the two marks on the string. That'll tell you what circumference you'll need to get, and then you can then that translates on our website to what diameter pump to get. And once again, like I said, if you're in the if you tried to go for length, just stick to a nice tight pump. Like for instance, like this is a 2-inch pump to give you guys an idea. You know, that's pretty ideal for this penis. Actually, if you want to gain some expansion, this is pretty ideal. But for this girth right here, I would say go with probably a 1 3/4 would probably be a lot better for this. That'll help you gain length so your penis is expanding. And one position, one way it won't expand sideways, it'll just expand upward, and that's how you gain length with pumping. Now, if you want to add length and girth, you just get a cylinder that'll be a 1/4 inch bigger than your erect girth, and then therefore your penis can expand sideways as well as in length. So that's pretty much it. Don't go and try to get a pump. Like if you're trying to, don't think getting a pump like this is going to give you a bigger, huger cock. It's not going to work. It's just going to create problems to form your cock. And then these guys right here are usually used for full package pumping. When guys want to do scrotum pumping and everything, you get the whole package in there just like that. And guys will just pump like this, you know. So that way it kind of pulls, also creates a tension, so it pulls the inner penis out as you're pumping. So that's another method that's used in pumping. So all right, I think that's pretty much it, guys. If you have any questions, again, remember, all this stuff is guaranteed for life from MOS. If you drop it, break it, return it. If there's any problems, we'll send you off a new one for free. You can always ask questions. If you're looking for routines, you can check this thread out. There's plenty of routines located on our forums in the pumping section of our forum. Just look under the MityVac thread, and I think you'll see. Also, you can go to our shop and ask questions. We have operators there 24/7 that are pioneers of penis enlargement. They're not guys that don't know anything about penis enlargement. These are real guys that, pretty much can answer all your questions. So you can just go right to shop.mattersofsize.com, and there's a live chat there. Just click on the chat, ask a question. We're here to help. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry it took so long, but I think I covered mostly everything that you guys should know.